A second special session is underway in Austin, but people want to know, what did Democrats accomplish by breaking quorum during the first one and bolting to Washington, D.C.? Here to answer that question is State Representative Nicole Collier. Representative Collier is from Fort Worth and represents parts of Tarrant County. Representative Collier, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
So you really had two goals when you broke quorum and went to Washington, D.C. Number one being killing the voting bill that was happening in Austin. And number two, trying to get federal legislation passed that would overrule anything that happened at the state level. That federal legislation is still stalled. So what did you accomplish?
So great question. Our goal was to kill the anti-voter bill that was pending in the Texas legislature and to get the ball moving and rolling in the federal government with the federal legislation. And we have accomplished that. You know, 3.5 weeks ago, when we got to Washington, D.C., the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, they were not at the forefront. But now that's what we're all talking about. So there has been a movement and progress and making sure that, protecting the freedom to vote is in everyone's mind. So I do believe, and I firmly believe, that we have reached a milestone. I won't say it's victory because we still have more, we have more ways to go. But it is progress, and we're going to keep moving that needle forward till we can get there.
The bill that you left Texas to try to kill, it has been modified since you left. Do you think that is a show of good faith on behalf of Republicans, that they're saying, hey, we are willing to listen and we're willing to compromise?
I don't say that I wouldn't acknowledge that they've addressed our concerns, but they are acknowledging some, discrepancies in the bill and acknowledging that they really didn't think it all the way through to see how it's going to impact Texans. So, that's a good thing. First thing you do is acknowledge your mistakes and try to correct them.
Do you feel like that's a sign that they're at least listening to you and maybe willing to hear some of your concerns?
I wouldn't say that it's a sign that they're listening to us, because we've been saying this all along, but it's the right step to take if they're going to correct it.
So the night that the quorum break happened during the regular session, one of the things that died that night was funding for virtual learning. And unfortunately, COVID cases are surging again here in Texas. Do you regret that that didn't happen because of you guys breaking quorum that night?
Let's see, we have 140 days to pass a number of bills in the legislative session. There are bills that were filed, and there's a process that happens for these bills, and we don't control that process. The Democrats are the minority party. The majority party are the Republicans. They hold the calendars committee. They have the gavel at the front. So if that was a priority of the Republican-led legislature, it would have passed. So we did our part as Democrats for voting and promoting these bills. Not only that one, but also the 13th check. It was the Republican-led legislature that let them down.
It takes relationships to pass laws. Are you worried at all that bridges have been burned and that it might be more difficult to find friends on the other side of the aisle?
No.
No. Then tell me what gives you faith that this won't have a long-standing impact.
Well, I mean, that's not my main concern right now. My main concern is making sure that everyone has the access to vote. And if that Republican is standing in my way, then I'm going to make a way. And if they take it personally, that's on them. I'm not taking this personally. When I've been attacked, my name has been dragged through the mud plenty of times. But I know what my constituents elected me to do, and I'm going to keep doing that with all my might and all my power, using my voice and my vote.
Lots of power there. All right. I appreciate it. Representative Collier, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you. COVID is